right. So we're back now, and you've done part one and you've done part two. And so here is part three. And so basically, we're going to be taking this information from part two, where you were deciding, is light being absorbed? Is it being reflected? Is it being transmitted like fully, or is it being partially transmitted? And now we're going to apply some kind of different terminology to it. So if we have a material where light is being transmitted, meaning that all or most of that light is passing through the material, we call that transparent. If some of the light is being transmitted, like not all, not most of it, but some of it, then we call that material translucent. And if the light is all like completely absorbed or completely reflected, we call that material opaque. So in this page, you're going to go through, and for each of these materials that we tested, you're going to basically kind of transfer over your information from page two, and then decide for each of those materials, is it transparent, translucent, or opaque? And again, this would be something that we can go over. So go ahead and try it out, get some answers, and then we can go over that, and you can ask questions Monday during our class meeting. To finish this lab, you need to complete the summary that is on page 4. And a summary is basically just kind of sharing your findings and then drawing some conclusions. And so question number 1 in the summary says, compare your findings to the groupings that you made in part 1. So this is all the way back at the beginning. Now that you have done the lab, describe if you would keep or change these groupings based on the evidence that you gathered during the lab demo. If you would choose to regroup those materials, then how would you do that? What categories would you change? Then the second question says, based on your findings, write a summary about the wave behavior of light and different materials using the terms transmitted, absorbed, reflected, and translucent, transparent, and opaque. So this is basically taking all of the stuff that you did on pages 2 and page 3 and putting that into a written summary. This will probably take you about a paragraph, probably not more than that. There's a rubric down here that's telling you how you're going to be scored on this, because I'm going to be paying particular attention to the summary, since this is what you're going to be writing. And so in order to get full credit on this assignment, what I'm looking for here is for the student to use capitalization and proper grammar, along with the scientific vocabulary, to clearly explain your findings and support your statements with evidence. A 2 out of 3 would be work that has some grammatical errors and or the scientific vocabulary is not used where it could have been. So meaning if you're not really incorporating those vocabulary terms, you're not going to get full credit. A 1 would be sentence structure is poor and not sufficient to convey your ideas or your thoughts, and you don't really incorporate scientific vocabulary. And then a 0 would be the summary is not done. So I hope that helps kind of outline what you need to do for this lab, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what you come up with. So bye.